So let's try now example number 5. We're going to graph the rational function for x squared minus 9 over x squared plus 2x minus 15. And we're going to follow 3 basic steps. Our first step will be to find the vertical asymptotes. Please remember those could happen when denominator is 0. And I'm recommending you guys using Desmos to find those numbers, if any. So algebraically, you could also do it by using factoring and solving the quadratic equation x squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. Another way to do it would be to use the quadratic formula, but again, the easiest way is to use Desmos. So you will find these two numbers, negative 5 and 3, and the function, when you replace x by negative 5 at the top, the answer is not going to be 0, and neither it is when you replace x by 3. So that means that those in fact are vertical asymptotes, and you can see those right here. So you will start by drawing those two vertical lines. So now our second step will be to find any horizontal asymptotes, and for this, please remember that we have to keep into account the degree of numerator and how it is related to the degree of denominator. If it was less, which is not this case, then the horizontal asymptote will be y equals 0, and if it is greater, there is not a horizontal asymptote. In this case, degree of numerator is 2, the greatest exponent, and so is the degree of denominator. So that means we have to divide the leading coefficients. Leading coefficient at the top is 4, leading coefficient at the bottom is 1. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. Sorry, that's not the right thing right here. So when you divide 4 by 1, you get 4. So y equals 4 will be your horizontal asymptote. So that is the graph of it, right in middle between 0 and 8. So now you have the vertical asymptotes and the horizontal asymptote. So all you're missing is to find some values to draw the graph. In each one of those spots, the graph is going to be a continuous function. So just by plotting some numbers on a table, we can get an idea of what the graph does in each one of those spots. We can tell where it is. So for example, here, for numbers less than this vertical asymptote here, you can see that those numbers go above 4, because this is 4.61, 4.95, and those numbers are increasing, right? So as you get closer to negative 4, well, to negative, to the asymptote, those numbers increase without limit. So you can just now, plot the points and do like a continuous graph in each one of them to get an idea of the graph. At this point, of course, you can also use Desmos, but you will be better equipped if you had previously an idea as to what the function should look like. So with that in mind, please pause the video and try to go over the whole process here of graphing. Identify the asymptotes and sketch the graph of these. You can drag the points and play with it. And of course, after you try that, you can check your answers. You can find, compare your answers to the correct answers and see how you did. And please be ready with questions for me.